welcome back to another episode of 12 Days of Vlogmas. It is currently around 10:30, Tuesday 8th of December. I'm going to insert a clip of my forecast that I took earlier a couple hours ago. Hey guys, got a quick morning forecast here. We've got AU, and if you guys follow me on Instagram, I kind of spoke about there's being a lot of volatility since we've had a massive push down and then a straight push back up. Usually that is sort of when institutions are sort of hedging their positions and getting on the short and then driving price all the way back up. So usually, like here, we've got a high here, low here. Tends to what happens, either we come back to the bottom and then sort of start to range around. So right now I'm not really looking into any positions at the moment with AU, and same with EU. It's just looking very ascending to descending to ascending. So it's likely to just become range bound. So let's see how the market develops over the next couple hours and a few days to see if we get any signs of momentum to the upside or signs of momentum to the downside. Same with EJ, let's see how we break this sort of sideways correction and how we're breaking the highs. If we're breaking it and impulsing, it means we're just going to come back into the consolidation. What I'd like to see is either a clear break out of this range and we'll see what happens. So yeah, as you can see from the forecast, markets have been very volatile. I'm not really interested in many positions in many pairs. And I feel like it's going to be quite a slow day. So for me, that's where my focus goes more into things like backtesting analysis, like ASR. And as you guys know, I'm also doing my overall yearly sort of ASR and checking out my stats for the year and picking out like top lessons, top trades, things like that. But yeah, right now I'm currently working on a couple things, but quickly wanted to whip out the camera and just give you guys an update. Yesterday I didn't film much. I was looking at a bunch of trades, like when we had the AU drop and the GU drop, but then it was just absolutely volatile. And the moment we start, you know, impulsing down and then just coming up, retracing rapidly, that's when I'm like, I'm gonna sit in my hands and I'm gonna wait for the market to settle down and show its hands. But I'm currently registering for this thing called Oddbox, which is pretty cool, and I'm gonna go check it out. I'm currently not in a work block, so yeah, thought I'd whip out the camera, do an update. In about an hour, I'm gonna have a haircut, which is much needed, and I wanted to get one before lockdown, but then lockdown happened. Anyways, let's see where the day takes us, and I'll keep you guys updated on the markets. All them cutting skills there. What day is it?
It's the 8th.
The 8th. Oh my gosh, you got 2 chocolates to eat. I keep like forgetting to do it on the day.
Well, I did like 3 yesterday.
Chocolate.
And let it stew.
That looks delicious.
Get that chicken stock.
So I've just come back from getting a haircut. It's definitely a lot more shorter. But yeah, I basically noticed my hair getting a lot heavier and longer when I was at the gym. So I actually wanted to address a question that was asked in the previous Vlogmas about how I managed that Kiwi CAD trade. Since I'm FTMO funded and I had to close it and manage it differently to how I normally would because NFP. And I think people are getting confused on the whole opening and closing of a position within the 4-minute restricted window. So basically that also involves if your stop loss was hit, whether you're in profit or not, because that position would be closed, that would still violate a rule. So it doesn't matter if it was you who just did a market order or if a limit order or stop order was set off, that's still opening a position. So for me, yeah, I just keep it simple and I just close it manually, like before the restricted news event. Even if you did trail your stop to profit and then price tagged you out at like within the 2 minutes or the 4-minute window, that's still a violation. And I wanted to answer this other question that Ayan Khaled sent over. Why don't you want to tell your mum that you have a YouTube channel and that you trade? Now this is actually more of like personal preference, and I've briefly touched on like parents and trading, those who don't really approve or understand what you're doing. before in previous videos, but yeah, it's just more so personal preference and just trying to like keep my head down and just work on that goal, on that vision, on that thing. Another big reason is more so just to alleviate any questioning or doubt that they might, you know, put on you, and it's just added extra pressure to always have to explain how things are going. It's one of those situations where I kind of just like smile and wave, especially when it comes up or if it does come up about work, because at the end of the day, the thing that you need to understand is that people will always only see the outside or judge things off of results. So you can say you are this or you're learning to do this, but it's hard to believe something until you actually see tangible results. And so I think there'll be a point where I'll be able to tell them, and then I'll actually have like evidence that I'm okay and whatnot, and then hopefully they will understand. I think at the end of the day, I'm not looking for validation or approval from them for me to go and do this thing, and I think that's what holds a lot of people back when they tell someone that they want to do trading or they want to pursue a business idea, is that the moment that someone's like, that's weird, that's crazy, oh, that's gambling, oh, isn't that too risky? They take that almost as no, they shouldn't do that anymore. And you know, I've been through that before, but of course it would be nice to get that support and whatnot. But yeah, how things are going, I think are fine. And definitely will be sharing my journey with them very soon, hopefully early 2021. But yeah. So in terms of the market, there's honestly nothing much happening. When the market's just sort of correcting, I think that's a good time to either refine your strategy, backtest, do other things, catch up with other things, work on something. So yeah, I just use this time to backtest, to ASR, and to actually work on a couple other projects. But I'm going to quickly do a screen recording and show you guys what my thought process is. It's currently 2:30 p.m. Again, AU hasn't really done anything. Again, it's just sort of ranging. I'm not surprised. EU, again, ranging. Look at that. This is price action that I don't want to be involved in. Same with EJ. But I mean, if we look at it on a structural level, on the 4 hours, we can see that we're sort of getting this formation. Let's see if we do continue to the upside, since momentum ultimately is pointing to the upside. I did get a question from someone asking if I still look at the DXY, and to be honest, I don't really, but I mean, why not? Let's just have a look at it. From a weekly standpoint, we did break this low right here. We broke it impulsively, but a key question to ask ourselves is what happens after the impulse? You know, do we get doji and then completely reverse and then continue to the upside? Or are we gonna retest this level and then push down again? So we'll see what happens after we've had this strong weekly close. But yeah, as for right now, it does look like we are getting some sort of bearish momentum, but we'll see if that continues, if we get a continuation to the downside or a retest. If we completely shoot back up, let's see what happens after we shoot back up and then get some sort of, let's say, bull flag to confirm another push to the upside. But as of right now, just reading market structure, price action, is that seems like we could be expecting a lot of dollar weakness. So we'll see. Wow, the sky looks so pretty. It is now a lot later in the evening. I've literally been sat on this chair, on this desk, getting work done, and yeah, I find it hard to film that kind of part because honestly it's kind of boring, it's so monotonous, it's not something I think you guys kind of want to watch. Obviously I'll take my time lapses here and there and put on some lo-fi, like chill hot music in the background, but honestly, like, sometimes I'll just be here for an hour, take a break, and then another hour, and yeah, I kind of find it hard to film. But you guys pretty much already know the kind of things I'm doing in terms of backtesting. I will be doing another backtesting with me sort of video, probably in the next vlogmas. But as for right now, like, I'm still feeling good, so I'm gonna keep smashing through some work and then probably edit this video and then play a bit of Fortnite.
And celebrate this day. Everyone's smiling and it's snowing. It's the time of year again. I'm happy you're here. My winter
weather check. It is literally clear blue